Hey, hey, hey! What's up, Chatroom fam? Welcome to another episode of The Chatroom. I am Hannah, and today we're talking about something that I'm sure a lot of you have either experienced, are currently experiencing, or maybe secretly wish for. Our discussion for tonight is all about Lowkey relationships. Siri, play Lowkey by Nikki. Alam mo yun? Yung love na tahimik, walang Facebook status update, no IG couple posts, no Twitter shoutouts, just you, your partner, and that magical thing called privacy. Sounds familiar? We'll dive into all the chismis today, guys. So buckle up kasi we're about to get real. So, why do people go low-key? Okay, first things first. Bakit nga ba may mga tao na mas gustong maging low-key sa relationship nila? Well, here are some common reasons. Reason number one is privacy is life. Some people are just, private by nature. They prefer to keep their personal lives personal. Sila yung tipong ayaw ng may nakikialam sa bawat galaw nila. Let's admit it. Ang daming marites sa paligid. Sometimes, the less people know, the better. Walang inggitan, walang mga comment from random people kasi they want to protect their peace and avoid unnecessary drama. To them, love is something special that doesn't need to be shared with the world. Reason number two, avoiding the pressure of social media. The land of couple goals, engagement announcement, and over-the-top gestures. Social media. For some people, posting every detail of their relationship adds pressure. Parang kailangan laging perfect ang post, ang caption, at ang buhay. But what if you don't like posting every cute thing that you do together? What if you just want to enjoy the moment without curating it for Instagram? These are the people who would rather focus on each other than on how they look to others. Hindi nila kailangan ng validation from anyone else, guys. Ganon. 3. Keeping it real. We have the people who just want a real, honest connection without all the noise. To them, a low-key relationship is the best because they're focused on what truly matters. The relationship itself. It's not about who sees it or who comments on it, but about how they treat each other. It's the kind of love where you're not performing for an audience, but simply being yourselves. No filters, no hashtags, no likes needed. Just them. Alright, now let's talk about the funny struggles of being low-key. Let's talk about the hilarious moments when you're trying to keep things low-key. Struggle number 1, sneaky date nights. Taray, sana all. Imagine this. You and your partner decided to go to a secret restaurant para sure na walang makakakita sa inyo. But are you sure na walang makakakita sa inyo? And then you said to yourself, yes, safe ta diri, oy, safe jud ta diri. But just when you're about to enjoy your meal, biglang may nakakilala kang dumating. And of course, that person is the chatty type. Now you have to play it cool. You're like, oh, fancy seeing you here, while silently panicking inside. It's funny because kahit anong iwas mo, na-adjoy chance na tagaan ka sa universe to send, or the universe will send someone to mess with your low-key status. Struggle number 2, the accidental story feature. This is the classic whoops moment. You're chilling with your partner, tapos biglang may friend na maglalabas ng phone for a quick IG story or Snapchat. Out of nowhere, you and your partner are both in the frame. And that's when the panic sets in. Kasi you don't want the whole world to know yet. So you're like, ayaw na i-post ha, but your friends already tag you. It's one of those moments na hindi mo naman sinasadya, pero biglang nahuli ka sa act. It's always funny after the fact, but in the moment, it's nerve-wracking. So now, let's talk about the pros and cons of low-key relationships. Sabi ninyo, walay pros and cons? Uy, unsa di ay mo. Alright, low-key relationship sounds cool and chill, right? But let's talk about the pros and cons. Pro number 1. Less drama, more love. When you're in a low-key relationship, you don't have to worry about other people's opinions. Instead, you can just focus on your love. No drama, no outside noise, just the two of you enjoying your time together. Kaya diba, isn't that what love is supposed to be? Charot. Pro number 2, you get to focus on each other. In a low-key relationship, you're not distracted by the need to post every little moment. This gives you the freedom to focus on each other more. You build deeper connections because walang outside influence, walang pakialamang mundo. Just you and your partner figuring things out on your own terms. Pro number 3, less social media, more real moments. No need to create a relationship to fit the social media mold. It's just you and your partner living in the moment. And you know what? Those real moments feel even more special when they're shared privately. But there are cons too. Oo guys. Con number 1, misinterpretation from friends and family. Sometimes manggod, being too low-key can make people assume things. Right? It can be frustrating, especially if you do want people to know that what you have is legit. But since you're not constantly showing it off, some people might not take your relationship seriously. Con number 2, mauna ni guys, the am I being hidden feeling. Here's the tricky part. If you're too low-key, it might start to feel like you're being hidden. Alam mo yung feeling na, am I not enough to introduce to your friends or family? If you're constantly kept in the shadows, it might make you question if your partner is truly serious or just hiding something. Con number 3, no milestone sharing. Let's admit it guys, there's a certain joy in celebrating relationship milestones. Your first anniversary, your first trip together. Sometimes when you're too low-key, you miss out on those fun, celebratory posts that mark those milestones. Some people enjoy sharing those moments with friends and family, and it can feel a little sad to miss out on that. Alright, let's get a little, spicy on the next segment. So segment 4 is all about when being low-key is a red flag. Now let's talk about when low-key relationships aren't just about privacy but about something else. Let's be real guys, not every low-key relationship is healthy. Not every. So if someone constantly hides you, ayaw kang ipakilala sa friends, sa family, never posts anything about you kahit sa private accounts or avoid public places with you might want to ask yourself, is this about keeping things private or am I just being hidden? There is a fine line between privacy and secrecy. Privacy is healthy. Secrecy can be harmful. I know this all too well because I once found myself in a relationship that felt too low-key for my comfort. My ex-boyfriend and I were in a long-distance relationship, and while I tried to understand his need for privacy, it started feeling more like he was hiding me. To make things even more complicated, I remember adding his mom on Facebook, and at that point, I thought maybe this was my way of connecting with his family even if he wasn't the one making the effort. Imagine I was the one who exerted the effort. His mom accepted my request and we exchanged a few messages. I was hopeful that this would lead to something, But to my surprise, his mom already knew he had a girlfriend. Just not that it was me. Imagine how awkward that was. So it turned out that he had never mentioned my name, never told his parents who I really was. I felt like I was being erased from his life. Here I was, trying to build a bond with someone important to him, while he was actively choosing not to include me in that part of his world. And then, I have this another issue. Every time we had a chance to see each other, he would never tell his friends where he was going or who he was with. It felt like I didn't exist in his social life at all. At first, I didn't leave. To be honest, guys, I was really tanga-tanga. I kept telling myself, maybe he just needs time, or maybe it's his way of protecting us. And for a while, I let it slide. I didn't want to rock the boat. In my mind, if I just stayed patient, things would eventually change. And honestly, I'm a really understanding person. I kept thinking, maybe he's just not ready yet. And I wanted to give him the space to feel comfortable enough to open up on his own terms. I tried to understand his need for privacy, and I respected his boundaries because I believed that if I showed enough patience, he'd eventually show me the same level of openness. You know, I didn't want to pressure him, guys, or make him feel uncomfortable. I wanted to be the supportive girlfriend who won't push too hard or ask for too much. But in trying to be understanding, I ignored the growing feeling that I was the one bending too much while he wasn't meeting me halfway. Agree. But as time went on, things didn't change. No, they got worse, I guess. There were more excuses, and I started to feel more like a ghost in his life than a girlfriend. When things finally got shaky between us, that's when I knew na I couldn't keep pretending everything was fine. I had to make a choice, and you know, as hard as it was, I choose myself. Looking back, guys, I realized how much I was undervaluing myself. As in, you know, like I tried to hold on to something that was not healthy. It took a while, but I learned that love isn't supposed to feel like you're a secret. You deserve to be someone who's proud of you, who celebrates your relationship, not just in private, but out in the open. So what have we learned today about Lowkey relationships? First off, they're not bad. Diba? They're not bad, man. Oo. In fact, for some people, it's the ideal setup. No pressure, walay judgment, simple lang, quiet love. There's something beautiful about keeping things between you and your partner where it is real and raw. But at the same time, it's important to check in with yourself and your partner. Are you both on the same page? Is this really about privacy, or is one of you feeling left out or hidden? From my own experience, I learned that if your partner isn't willing to include you in their life, especially with the important people around them, it can be a sign that something is not right. Always remember, it's not about how loud or quiet your relationship is. It's about how you both feel in it. So here's my takeaway. Prioritize your happiness and self-worth. Guys, if you find yourself in a relationship where you feel undervalued or hidden, don't be afraid to walk away. Pero if marupok ka, I don't know about that. Kasi you deserve to be in a relationship where you are recognized, you are respected, and you are celebrated. At the end of the day, love should empower you, not leave you feeling like a secret. Keep that in mind, chatroom fam. Alright, that's it for today's episode. Thank you for hanging out with me in the chat room. If you've had experiences with Lowkey relationships or any funny stories to share, feel free to hit me up on my socials. Until next time, take care, and remember, your love story should always be a celebration of you. Goodbye!